So hello and welcome to Money Markets and More with me, Dominic Frisby, from New Orleans and the banks of the Mississippi this evening. And doesn't it look lovely? Now, I thought I'd do a quick video, and it's based around a blog that I wrote in, it would have been 2013, which I stumbled across the other day. And I thought I'd do a video about it because I thought you might enjoy it. I was looking for something to do while I'm in this lovely location, and it's relevant to a thought piece that I've been working on that I'll be doing a video on at some later point. So there's a lyric to a song, "Ooh, what fun, there's nothing surer. The rich get rich and the poor get poorer," by Peggy Lee. And most of us today now enjoy luxuries that would have been unheard of years ago. Running water, electricity, computers, phones, cheap food, cheap clothing. And yet despite all of this, there is huge discontent. And the problem is inequality. I think inequality is everywhere, is increasing, and it comes in many different forms. There's obviously the wealth gap. The wealthiest 400 people in the world are worth more than like the poorest 140 million or something. 70% of the land in the UK is owned by less than 1% of the population. You compare the CEOs of major corporations. Once upon a time they earned 20 times more than their employees. Now they can earn more than 1,000 times more if you compare the earnings. I think the Burberry CEO was like the top earning CEO a few years ago, Angela Ahrens, and she got like 17 million. And you know, the cleaners on like 17,000. I shudder to think what the factory worker in Indonesia or whatever it is getting. We've now got a situation where over 50% of young people believe they'll never own a house. The average age of the first-time buyer in London is over 40. They'll be a pensioner before they can start a family. You can build a decent house for less than 100 grand. Only 2% of the UK, 2.5% is actually built on with housing. So how can we have a society in which houses have got so expensive that most people, young people, think they'll never own one? So that's one gap, the wealth gap. Then you've got the health gap. And unbelievably, despite the best intentions, health inequality, as measured by life expectancy, has actually increased since the founding of the NHS in 1948. There's also huge discrepancy in the quality of care received between the top and bottom of society. I find that incredible. It's a failure. And then there's the opportunity gap. And despite billions spent on education, despite more and more taxation, subsidy, legislation and regulation, all with the intention to spread wealth and bring equality of opportunity, the top positions in just about every area of the economy you can think of, politics, law, media, finance, medicine, even manufacturing, are dominated by the 7% of the population who went to public school. Even in the Olympics, you were something like 5 times more likely to win a medal if you went to public school. So something's very wrong, and people are rightly angry about it. Tax the rich. Stop companies like Google evading their tax. What are some of the other measures that are being proposed? Clamp down on immigrants. Stop benefit cheats. Spend more on education, on health, on care, or is it infrastructure? Increase the regulation of the banks, build more houses, subsidise wind farms or environmental initiatives, more austerity, less austerity. Everyone's got their own idea about what needs to be done. And over the last decade, this incredible ideological battle has been unfolding as people argue about it. But all those ideas, and many more besides, some of which come from the left and others from the right, almost all of them involve the same thing, which is that the government does more, that it takes action. And I suggest the opposite, that the one thing government should do is less. I suggest that, counterintuitive though it may seem, the huge rise in inequality is because of government and the unintended consequences of its actions. For 100 years or more, the state has got more and more involved in our lives. It now looks after our birth, our education, our health, often our employment, our old age, even our burial. Through its money and interest rates, through its taxes and subsidies, its rules and regulations, it looks after our economy. And the more it does, the greater these gaps have all grown. It is time to try something else. Life after the state. Life after the state, which handily is the title of a book I wrote in 2013. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to my Substack. I'll be back with another video very soon. And I've walked past one of these Mississippi steamers that seems very cool. So have a look at that. Goodbye.